Hey everyone, welcome back to the new video. And in this video, I thought to talk about a tool. But before we jump into that, I want to give you a quick update that I'll be working on a playlist, and that playlist is going to have like multiple videos. And those videos are good for anyone who wants to start out in cybersecurity and have like very beginner level knowledge. So it's not some kind of like basic thing, it's gonna be a lot more. Okay, I cannot give you the hints, okay, because it's gonna be really interesting. And
Is they gonna have like creating a bot farm or doing like network cool stuff that you see on the FBI show? Because I already subscribed to yeah. Let me keep the ringers on and stuff like that. But I would definitely love to tap in.
pretty excited about it. So yeah, just wanted to give you a quick heads up. And now let's jump into the video. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this tool. Let me show you. So this is called Shannon. It's an AI. So it's basically an AI hacker that find exploits in your web application. As simple as that. So basically, you're providing the web application that you're testing, and it's going to look for vulnerabilities by trying out different kind of attacks. And it does all the phases of pen testing as well. You know, right? There are different phases in pen testing: initial recon, footprinting, and stuff. And the last step is reporting, and it does that for you as well. So that's why I said it does all the phases of pen testing. So let me show you some features so you can get a good idea. This is how it will look like. You can just run it in the
Wait, so just based off of you like touching this GitHub, my first question would probably be what you feel like the state of pen testing is going to be. Is it going to be more like documentation, writing stuff down and seeing what penetration tests are valuable to sell? Or like, because me, I'm just coming in. I want to be a pen tester, but everything is so AI. I'm not going to say I know the best practices like without AI, but I feel like Shannon would just give a new way to pen test in general. Just wanted to know your thoughts.
terminal. It's pretty cool, and I'm going to show you that as well in a few minutes, but let's talk about it a bit here. As you can see, it says Shannon is an AI pen tester that delivers actual exploits, not just alerts. So it's pretty good for everyone like security researcher or developer, or even if you're just a bug hunter. So the thing is, when there is a new web application, it usually gets through a testing phase, right? Where you look for possible vulnerabilities and then it's live. For example, a pen tester finds it for you, you resolve it, then send it back, and maybe you find more vulnerabilities, so it takes a lot of time. So how Shannon helps you, it basically runs all of it. You can just run it through one click. You are the one who's going to analyze all that. You can then just resolve it. You can just run it again to see if there are more vulnerabilities. And yeah, it will definitely save your time because it's automation, right? Everything's working on automation these days. Okay, so what problem does Shannon solve? Thanks to tools like Cloudy Code and Cursor, your team ships code nonstop. Okay, but your penetration test, that happens once a year, right? And this creates a massive security gap. And for other 364 days, you could be unknowingly shipping vulnerabilities to production. Exactly. So that's why Shannon closes this gap by acting as your demand white box pen tester.
I was just playing phone tag a little bit there. I didn't want to block the screen. I wanted to give you camera time. Love the hairstyle, by the way.
And it doesn't just find potential issues, it executes real exploits providing concrete proof of vulnerabilities in form of reports. Okay, let's go more in the features. So you can just launch the pen test with a single command, and of course I'm going to explain that command to you, so don't worry. This AI handle everything from advanced 2FA, DOTP logins, including signing with Google like OAuth and stuff, and browser navigation. So what it does, it's going to look for these vulnerabilities using its inbuilt browser, and it's going to test those vulnerabilities in the browser and then give the results to you based on if it finds it or not. So it is integrated with the
So you see how Vassell and all of these other brands, they have like their own type of innuendo or bug crowding and have their own bounty hunts. Is this gonna be like one of those tools that help you like, I'm not gonna say AI, Vibe AI, your exploits, but it'd be cool to make some money with this tool, you know what I mean? Like not just test it. So if it does have some real cases, I might make a video on it.
Multiple security tools, as you can see here. There's a lot more actually. And there are two editions of it, Shannon Lite and Shannon Pro. Yeah, you can see that. The thing is, to run this tool, you only need one thing, that is a cloudy code OAuth token. That's all, then you're good to go. So the first thing you do is you can just clone it in your terminal. And once you clone it, you will see all these files, as you can see over here. So once you have all these files, you can just run the Docker command to build it using this command. Make sure you have Docker installed, like Docker IO and stuff. And as you can see, my Docker desktop is also running here, so make sure you have that as well if you're running on Windows. And once you're done with the Docker build and everything, you can just go to your terminal and explode your Claude token. So you have to provide your token right over here between these double quotes. Just
For those that don't know, Docker is just a container that just containerizes everything, so it runs inside that container, so you don't have to worry about local hosting it and stuff like that. Well, it's easier to maintain. You just it's Docker is one of those things I recommend for everyone. You just gotta try it out, and like it's a beautiful tool to use, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you. Thank God for Docker.
just like this. And I've done this already. So I actually have already exported my Claude Code token, OAuth token. So once you're done with that, you can just simply run the main command, which is this one. Now, I know it looks a bit huge, but I'll explain it to you. Okay, now let's talk about the command. So this is the command that I'm talking about. I know it looks pretty huge, but I'll simplify it for you. So as you can see, this is a path that I've provided, and it's the path that I want to run the test on, because my OS2 shop is running on this path. As you can see, it's listening on port 3000, and I'm running it on localhost. That's why I have provided this path. And over here, you can see I have provided the path of my OS2 shop folder as well. Okay, so when you run the command, you will see an interface like this. Basically, the AI penetration test is initiated. Here you go, the target IP, source, and the configuration that we provided in the command. You just ignore these warnings. You can see it said subfinder completed and stuff. It is doing pre-reconnaissance, and it says I'll conduct a comprehensive security focused code analysis of this application. Let me start by creating a task list and then launching the phase analysis approach. Okay, it's going to look for different kind of stuff. Chart 191, it says analyze security middleware like CURS, rate limiting headers and stuff, sync hunter agent. So I think it consists of different kind of agents, and they're looking for different kinds of vulnerabilities, and you have to give it time. So I've already done this. I didn't want it to waste time. That's why I've done this already, and I'm just showing you the result. The result in your case, if you're running for the first time, might differ a little bit. You can see it's doing the code analysis here and stuff. And it also says critical vulnerabilities identified, 32 plus sinks. So SQL injection sinks, login authentication bypass, and product search. Okay, no SQL injection sinks, product reviews, and order tracking with where operator. So it's
So my only question would be like, you see how you had to have it ran on your local host and everything. What if you're utilizing it for like bug bounties? Not saying, I don't know what the legal repercussions are, but not saying this is just for educational purposes. Just in general, what would you like kind of navigate? We don't have the local host, nor do we have some of these things that we would have if we built it locally as well. How would we like kind of change that type of code, make it more tailored to finding vulnerabilities? And if like we couldn't, could we just make a clone to kind of hypothetically make some attacks that we would see? Because you know you can make a clone of everything. How would that fare? That's just my thing. Like how will we implement it in a day-to-day bug bounty hunt? Because that's really what this seems like it'll be good for educational purposes only. I don't know what the exploitation laws is and stuff like that, but we're not trying to exploit. We're just trying to problem solve.
it's giving a lot of bit details. You have to look into it. Give your time in looking into it. So As you can see, phase 2 here, vulnerability analysis. It contains different kind of testing it did, like it found 18 XSS sinks with exact locations and stuff, and also found 2 SSRF vulnerabilities, so it has documented that as well. You can see that little emoji there. Okay, and once that's done, it's going to create a report. So it says executive summary and report cleanup, and once it's done doing all that, it's going to give you a path where it saved the report. So in my case, it's this one. Okay, so you can see I have these files over here, and these are markdown source files. So I'm going to open one of it in the browser. I've selected the SSRF one, loaded successfully. Okay, and if I scroll down, you can see the report clearly over here. We have the executive summary. This report identifies all server-side requests for vulnerabilities in network accessible endpoints of OS 2 shop, this particular version. So there are 2 critical SSRF vulnerabilities identified in network accessible endpoints. So let's see what it is. First, we have here profile image URL upload SSRF. So this is the URL. You can see the request. So in request, we have image URL, and then we have this URL. So this URL basically used in AWS to see the credentials. So if you're able to use this particular URL and you
You're
get
able to get the credentials of that
response back,
person.
then it's a vulnerability. So it
Yeah.
tried different things. Example 2, we have AWS metadata. Example 3, cloud metadata exfiltration. And then we have the Google endpoint over here. And then we have internal service interaction trying to see if it can access the local host, so which is also pretty classic SSRF. As I've provided the path of my OS2 shop, it's also showing me the code, and it was able to identify exactly which code is vulnerable. We have this particular line that says this only flags the abuse but doesn't prevent it, can be bypassed by URL encoding using different paths, IP addresses instead of host names. Okay, so pretty useful. So now let's open the basic recon file. So this report contains a comprehensive map of applications attack surface with special emphasis on authorization privilege escalation opportunities. So it's like the basic recon it has done and found stuff. You can see it has found SQL injection as well in the login endpoint authentication bypass via this particular payload. And it is using MD5 password hashing, broken sensors on for no salting admin password, which is this. I don't know how I found it, but yeah, this is really crazy.
I'm glad you said you don't know, because I don't, I'm not gonna say I don't know most of these attacks, but it's good to know that it's going through the whole spectrum of a pen test kind of scenario. And like I'm learning what attacks could be given, could be done. So for me, it's more like reading through the documentation of the bad stuff for the first time.
And then public admin endpoint, yeah, which returns full config without authentication. Let's check it out, guys. Port was 3000, and I'm going to paste it here and hit enter. So yeah, we are indeed getting a response here. Pretty print. And yeah, we shouldn't be seeing this. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Try Shannon from the link in the description. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, this was a great video. I would definitely be back for reactions, and I'll definitely try Chanel. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Her channel is Medusa.